Okay, everybody, today we are going to speak about passive voice. First of all, before we start speaking about the passive voice, we should know that actions are divided into two main parts, active voice and passive voice. Our lesson is going to be about passive voice, but first we should differentiate between the active and the passive voice. First of all, we want to read these two sentences. The first sentence is, the boys clean the house daily. If I ask you, who clean the house daily, you will tell me, you will answer that the boys clean the house daily. But if I ask you to read the second sentence, the house is cleaned daily. Who cleaned the house? You can answer who cleaned the house because we don't know the doer of the action in the second sentence. So, if we know the doer of the action and the sentence, we call the sentence active voice. Active voice, it means that we know the doer of the action for the sentence. While passive voice, just like the second sentence, the house is a clean daily. If I ask you, as I told you before, who cleaned the house daily, you can answer the question. So we don't know the doer of this action, we call it passive voice. And this is the passive voice. Okay, we are going to start passive voice. Our lesson is going to be passive voice. And we should take each tense individual. We will start with present simple. What do you know about the present simple? What the present simple is? When do we use the present simple? First, present simple is an action that we use this tense with. First of all, facts. What do you mean by facts? For example, when I told you the earth goes around the sun, this is fact. Or for example, when we boil water, if we boil water, it evaporates. It evaporates, this is another fact. Descriptions. When I speak about descriptions, for example, I say, Ola looks a beautiful girl. When I say Ola looks a beautiful girl, it means that I'm describing Ola. So with the descriptions, I should always use present simple. The third one is proverbs. Proverbs means in Arabic al-amthal. For example, I say, an apple a day keeps doctor away. Future travel time, always we use for the future travel time present simple, just like the train arrives at 7 o'clock. The third one, the last one, actions that happen regularly. Everything happen regularly and repeated in a regular way, we call it present simple, or we should use the present simple. We should start with the present simple in the active. As I told you before, we know the doer of the action. We are going to take the rule first. The rule is subject plus he or she or it plus verb infinitive plus s. What do I mean by this? It means if the subject is singular, just like he or she or it, he or she or it, we should add s. We will add s for the infinitive. An example, here we have a note says we add s for the present simple if the subject is singular. The first example, Jabir an apple every day. The verb is eat. I told you we will add s for the present simple if the subject is singular. Jabir here is singular, just one person. So I should write eats. Jabir eats an apple every day. And this is a habit. Number two, our rule number P, if the subject is plural, it means more than one. Just like we, they, you, and I, we should write the infinitive without s. What I mean by minus s? Without s. Then it is easy rule. If the subject is singular, we add s for the present simple for the infinitive. If the subject is if the subject is singular, we add s for the infinitive. If the subject is plural, we do not add s, or we use the infinitive without s, just like the second example. The boys football in school every morning. The verb is play. Here the boys. Are they one or more than one? The boys are plural, so we write the infinitive just like it is. Play. The boys play football in the school every morning. Okay, we'll have some examples and we will take the keywords. We should know the keywords of the present simple. The keywords are always. When I speak always, I speak about something happens regularly or we repeat it often, sometimes, usually, seldom, rarely, every plus time, just like every plus time, every day, every week, every year, every month, every Saturday, etc. Daily, it means every day. Weekly, it means every week. Monthly, yearly, normally, frequently. That it means that we repeat the verb more than one time. Habitually, something we do it and regularly, from time to time. Parts of the day plus s. Parts of the day plus s is just like I drink coffee in the mornings. It means that I drink coffee every morning. When I add s for the parts of the day, just like I drink coffee in the mornings. I eat my lunch in the afternoons. In the afternoons. Not in the afternoon, in the afternoons. When I add s for the part of the day, it means that I want to use it regularly or just every morning, every afternoon, etc. Days of the week plus s. We'll take an example. For example, I go to the mosque. I go to the mosque on Fridays. On Fridays, it means that I go to the mosque every Friday. And I repeat it every Friday. Now we have some exercises about the present simple. The first one, the earth around the sun. The verb is go. As I told you before, if the subject is singular, I'll add s. If the subject is plural, I don't add s. The earth is singular, so I should add s for go, and the earth goes around the sun. Number two, Ola, a beautiful girl. Here's just a description. I want to describe Ola as a beautiful girl. Ola is a singular subject, so I'll add s. Ola looks beautiful girl. The third one is a proverb. A proverb, as I told you before, مثل in Arabic. An apple a day keeps doctor away. The fourth one, I my lunch at 2 o'clock. It speaks about habit. I have. The subject is I. I is not singular. Is not plural, but we always deal with it just like plural nouns. So I add have without changing anything. I have my lunch at 2 o'clock. This Big building, it is a description. I describe the building, so I should use present simple here. This, always we use a big building, it is singular, and this is singular. So, pay attention to this note. Always be in the present. We divide it into is and am and are. Is for the singular, am we use it with I, are for the plural. Again, if I have B between the brackets, and I want to use the present simple of B, the present simple of B is or am or are. Is for the singular, am for with I and are for the plural. This is a singular, so I will use S. Yes. Okay. Now we want to have how to speak about the negative of this rule. When I want to negate this rule, what should I do? What is the rule of the negative for the present simple? طبعا the rule is so clear. Subject plus don't or doesn't. Don't or doesn't. Don't for the plural and doesn't for the singular. Singular, and this is for the plural. As here, do. If the subject is in plural, this is the note. Do, we use do or don't if the subject is plural. We use does if the subject is singular. So I'm going to complete these sentences by negative verbs. How can I know that, or how do you know that he wants the negative of the sentence? Simply, he add not between brackets with the verb. He add the not with the, or between the brackets with the verb. So they is a plural subject, so I should negate it by using don't, because don't is for the plural and does is for the singular. Here, they don't like math lessons. The second example, Fuad. Is Fuad singular or plural? Fuad is singular. So I use doesn't for the negative. Fuad doesn't do his homework. So this is the negative. Now I'm going to move to the next rule for the present simple, questions. How can I make a question using the present simple? Simply by using do and does. Simply I can make a question by using do and does. And again, does for the singular and do for the plural. Okay. Here we have the subject she. What? She daily. The verb is eat. But you should take care. Always after do and does we use infinitive. Not just in the question, also in the negative. Here in the negative also we use always after do and does we should always use infinitive without s. It means here is singular, I'll use does. What does she do or eat daily? And this is the WH question. The second question, the subject here is they. So I want to use do because they are plural. And we add capital letter because it's the beginning of the sentence. Do they? The verb go, let's suppose the verb is go. Do they go to the mosque on Fridays? Do they go to the mosque on Fridays? طبعا the first sentence is WH question. The second sentence is yes or no question. Try to answer these two questions. What does she eat daily? Maybe you say that she eats banana daily, for example. The second one, the answer is yes or no. Do they go to the mosque on Fridays? Yes or no? They go or they do not go. Let's continue our lesson, and the main part about the lesson, present simple and past. Now, we want to speak about present simple and passive. I should first know the rule of the present simple and passive. Okay, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, the present simple and passive, if the sentence is present simple, or the sentence has some of the key words for the present simple, I should use the present simple and passive. The rule is simply we start instead of the subject with the object. Instead of the subject, we start with the object first, and after the object is and are is for the singular, just like he, she, and it. Are for the plural, just like we, they, you, and I, we use it with am. All of us know that. So the present simple and passive, the rule will be object is am, are plus PP. It means verb 3. What do you buy PP? Verb 3, the third verb of the infinitive. Type. Now, we are going to have some examples about passive. The first sentence, okay, just to see the rule. Okay. Now I have some sentences, and I want to change these sentences into passive. First of all, I should know that these sentences present simple or not. First, he opens verb 1, infinitive with s. It means that the sentence is present simple. So how can I change it? By using this rule. First of all, I should divide the sentence just like this. I should divide the sentence like he, the subject, opens the verb, the door, object. Okay? I should follow the rule. First of all, object. I should start with object. Then I write the door. Then the door. I should realize that the door is singular, so I should use is for the singular. The door is. The verb 3 of open, open, opened, open. By the verb 3, the door is opened. That's all. I follow the rule. Object is MR plus PP. And if you ask me how do I know that I should use this rule? Because if the verb is infinitive with us or without us, I use the present simple rule of the past. Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's move to the second one. We set the table. We divide it just like the first one. We subject set verb, the table is object. We start just with the object in the table. The table is singular, so I should use as. The table is. Set. Verb 3, set. By us, if he asks me using by us. Okay. She pays a lot of money. I should divide it as the previous sentences. She as the subject, pays as the verb, a lot of money as the object. So I write a lot of money is uncountable noun. And take this piece of information, you should write this note. It's uncountable nouns, we always deal with it just like singular nouns. It means that I should use is here. A lot of money is. Paid. Verb 3. Is paid by her. That's all. I draw a picture. I is the subject. Draw is the verb. A picture is the object. As we spoke before, we should start with the object. A picture is, because it is singular, is drawn, is drawn by me. Always, if I want to use by, the subject pronoun, I should move it into object pronoun. You know the subject pronouns and the object pronouns. And for example, he, after by, it becomes him. We, it becomes us. She, her. I, me. They wear blue shoes. Of course, we should divide it just like the previous sentences. They wear blue shoes. Blue shoes. First, they, subject, wear, verb, blue shoes is the object. We start with the object as always, but blue shoes, as I told you, shoes, we don't have, it is uncountable now, we don't have plural, so we always deal with it just like singular nouns. Blue shoes is, because it is uncountable now and we deal with it just like the singular as I told you before. They wear the blue shoes. Blue shoes is worn. Is worn by them. Now, this is about the sentence. But if I have a question and I want, negative, and I want to change this negative sentence into passive, or the present simple, the negative present simple into passive, just like this sentence, we don't help you. Just I add not for is and are. It became instead of is, isn't, aren't, aren't. If you want to ask me, how do you know this is negative? If there is not, then this sentence is negative. Okay. First, I should divide the sentence. There is the subject. Don't help as the verb. You object. So I should start with you, the object. You. You as a plural, and we deal with it just like plural. We, our youth, aren't held by them. You aren't held by them. The next one, he doesn't open the book. We should divide it just like the previous sentences. He is the subject, doesn't open as the verb, the book as the object. So I start with the book. The book isn't opened by him. The last one, the last rule for the present simple and negative is the rule of the question. The rule of the question, if I have WH question, I write it just like it is. But if I don't have just like the first sentence, yes or no question, I start with is and am and are, then the object, then past participle or the verb 3. Here I should divide the sentence just like the question, I'm sorry. I should divide this question. It is an auxiliary verb. Your mom is the subject. Verb, you is the object. So you should be the object. But before the object in the question, I should write is or am or are. You as plural, or we deal with it just like plural. So we start with are. You picked. Are you picked up with you by your mom? Are you picked up by your mom? Okay, the last one. It is also the WH question. We deal with it. Why does the police officer catch the thief? We will divide this sentence. Why does the police as the subject, officer, the police officer, catches the verb, the thief as the object, and this as the question mark and the auxiliary verb. So why, we write why just like it is, WH word, we write them just like they are, and then we add the object as our rule said, we add is or am or are. The thief is singular. Why is the thief the subject we have? Why is the thief catch here? Caught, catch, caught, caught, verb 3 by the police officer. Question mark, we shouldn't forget the question mark. And thank you everybody for listening. See you then. Thank you very much.